Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, it's happy to be back live right here in St. Charles, Missouri. This here is Shannon Slama Briscoe, and I am here live once again. Glad to be back. Hey, do you know what? Today's Wednesday, April the 5th, 2023. But I got some happy. Wait a minute. Today is not Wednesday, April the 5th, 2023. Today is uh, what is it? Wednesday, April the 12th, 2023. Meaning I've got happy birthdays lined up from the 5th all the way to the 12th. So here we go with happy birthday shout outs. All right. Are you ready? So these are backdated from the Wednesday the 5th. So here you go. Here's your birthdays for Wednesday the 5th. How's about Shannon Slama Briscoe for April the 5th? Hey, I heard it's birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You know, I am on my road today, so happy birthday to you, I say. How about Thursday, April the 6th? Happy birthday shout out to Jeff Lowery. Hey, Jeff. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So that's another happy birthday to you, I say. You know, that's another trip around the sun that you made. So happy birthday to you, I say. How about April the 7th? We got April the 7th birthday shout outs too, going out to Jim, Hillis, and Cheryl, Costellia. And so, also, that's Costellia, Brett, and Gregory, hey, Upchurch. So here we go with your birthday shout outs. There you go. I say, hey, Jim, hey, Cheryl, hey, Gregory, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You know, that's another trip around the sun that you made. So happy birthday to you, I say. And then Saturday, April the 8th, 2023. Happy birthday shout outs going out to Marvin, Hartman, and Janelle, Schumer, Chris Rickard, Amanda Murray, and Debbie Thurston, Voight, Larry Finley. And so here we go on Saturday, April the 8th. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Wait a minute. Let me catch those names. Hey, Marvin. Hey, Janelle. Hey, Chris. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Larry. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So, happy birthday, I'm a sing. You know, that's one more trip around the sun that you made. So, happy birthday to you, I say. So, and then Sunday, April the 9th, got happy birthday shout outs going out to Tina Orf Hemminghaus and Shola Dada. So, without further ado, here's some birthday songs for you. Hey, Shola. Hey, Tina. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, happy birthday to you, I say. You know, that's another trip around the sun that you made. So, happy birthday to you, I say. Monday, April the 10th, 2023. Happy birthday. Shout out to Char Sanders. And so, without further ado, hey, Char. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Wow, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. Monday, wait a minute, Tuesday, April the 11th. Got happy birthday shout out going out to Kristi Schneider. So without further ado, hey Kristi, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Wow, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. And then after that, we're going for Wednesday, April the 12th. Happy birthday shout outs to Rich Costello and Buck Bailey. Hey, hey, Buck. And hey, Rich. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You know, you're 1 more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, Buck. Hey, Rich. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Wow, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day today. And then there's the Shen Show bands who have been hanging in there, basically waiting for the Shen Show to go back live. I've been trying to post some of them via YouTube, via the Facebook, but it gets monotonous and hard to do. So anyway, here's my Shen Show fan list, and those fans I am so thankful for. And so I appreciate you. And here's your shout outs for today: Savann Murphy Beason, Diana Gray, Martin Kelly, a.k.a. Smiley, Lorna Woods, that's Wood, and Ken and Becky Taylor, Keith Woodfin, Cindy Welch, Ashley Schneider, and then there's the Shen Show Sharers, Doug Belville, a.k.a. Steve Clary, and then there's my Pokey Pals, Amanda S. Little, and Julie Rigo, and Jennifer Tromboli. Oh, you know what? I missed somebody up there in the top. No, I got Martin. He's in there. Okay. Hey, I did. Thanks. That's the Shen Show shout outs for today. All right. Shoosh. I would put the link for the Bible study today, but I've got so much information. There's no room at the end. But anyway, it's Refreshing Word Fellowship Bible Study, 7 p.m. tonight. So don't forget to go on there and check it out. All right, here we go. Weather forecast is going to be brought to you today by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. Today's weather forecast is going to be, we had a good 83 degrees today, and I took advantage of it. I went down to the Dollar General. Whoops. I'm losing it, folks. A clear sky with lows around for tonight. We're going to have clear skies, lows around 50 degrees. Winds are going to be south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for Thursday, April the 13th, partly cloudy skies, high temperatures around 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. A few clouds from time to time with low temperatures of 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Friday, April 14th, sunshine and clouds mixed together with high temperatures of 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Few clouds from time to time overnight with low temperatures of 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Saturday, April the 15th, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, becoming more widespread in the afternoon. High temperatures of 79 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain 70%. Scattered thunderstorms during the evening, then partly cloudy overnight. Low temperatures of 44 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast, brought to you by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, located at 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri, Sunday, April the 16th. Mostly cloudy skies early will become partly cloudy later in the day. High temperatures of 59 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Higher wind gusts are quite possible. Clear skies overnight with low temperatures of 41 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then, my friends, it's your 5-day forecast brought to you today by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. Sunday services are at 11 a.m. at 2054 Campus Drive. Wednesday night Bible study via in church or online via the Zoom. You can always catch it on Facebook. She'll be able to post it over there. As far as the link goes, I could read it to you, but it's awfully long. I can try to put it at the end today. They may or they may not allow it, but we're going to give it a shot, you know. Would you just go ahead and give it to me? There. Got it. We're going to see. We're going to see if it's there and available to let me put it in. We're going to try. Gonna try. Wake up. Backspace. Paste that. Refreshing Word Fellowship, Savann Church. 7 p.m. Bible study. Correct, I was. Bible study. Go to sleep. Wake up. Cut that. Paste that. Select all. Paste that. Go to sleep. Look and see. There was room down below for the link. So the link is on there. The link's on there. So you got to have a tendency to take a look and see. All right. All righty then. Let's see. Hey Siri, call Rachel. We'll just see if Sunny Day Girl is available. We're checking it. Hello, we're live. We're back to YouTube. We made it. Yep. No, but you can tune into the show. It's live. Right. Whenever. If you want, you can tune in. If not, we'll chat later, okay? Alrighty. Tell your mom I said hello. And how are you? Oh, it's okay. God bless you too. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Bye-bye. All right, that was Rachel, sweet sunny day girl. Had to let her know that we're live again, back to live, right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? We're not going to be mentioning the 2 words that got us in trouble a while ago, got us kicked off. You know how that goes. You say those 2 words and you put them in unison, and by golly, bye. All right, alrighty then. What have we got going on? You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring our goings on to you by Helping Hands Thrift Shop and Foster Care Closet. Helping Hands Thrift Shop and Foster Care Closet is located at 416 South 5th Street, right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Yep, that's right. 416 South 5th Street, St. Charles, Missouri. Helping Hands Thrift Shop is guaranteed to get you a big whopping smile from Bev whenever you get on in there. You say, hey Bev, Shenandoah said something to me about your shop. and she'll give you the biggest grin and smile you can get. Free of charge. That's the discount we get over there at Helping Hands Thrift Shop and Foster Care Closet, located at 416 South Fifth Street. All right, all righty then. Builders show, the Builders St. Charles Home Show. It's going to be running at the St. Charles Convention Center on April 14th. Also, April 14th in Dino Ranch live at the Family Arena. Plus, April 14th is the Vintage Market Days sale, reoccurring daily at the National Equestrian Center out in Lake St. Louis. That's right. Where do you ask? Oh, it's a $5 entry fee, folks. So you know that's not one of those that I usually advertise anything that costs to get in. I'm the freebie guy. I like to go to the freebie stuff. But anyway, they're $15 to get in on Friday. Saturday is $10. Sunday is $7. That's because all the stuff's been picked through by then. Friday, children under 12, always free. Friday from 11 to 6 p.m. Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Reoccurring daily. Located at the National Equestrian Center, 6880 Lake St. Louis Boulevard. That's Lake St. Louis, Missouri 63367. All right, alrighty then. What else we got going on? Boy, I'll tell you. April the 15th, the beginning of the St. Charles River Walk Market. St. Charles River Walk Market is actually the farmers market located at 200. Is that no? It's down in the Foundry Arts parking lot. That's where they're located. And I can't remember what their address is down there. 500 North Riverside Drive. That's right. See, usually I'm up on all those, but it's been so long since I went live that I keep forgetting what the addresses are and stuff. Time 7:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. That's right. And they got fresh produce and crafts from local vendors. Enjoy local music as you peruse the fresh herbs, eggs, and artisan jams and jellies, jewelry, aprons, and gift items. So come on down to the St. Charles Riverwalk Market and take a look. See, formerly known as the Farmers Market here in St. Charles, occurring on Sundays. All right, or Saturdays. I'm sorry, occurring on Saturdays, every Saturday of once a month or once a week. All right, and then the St. Charles Municipal Band, the Big Band Sound Spring Concert at the Foundry Arts Center. Come on by, take a look, see, enjoy. I don't even think they've got a cover charge over there. Yeah, they're free. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Foundry Arts Center, 520 North Main Street, St. Charles, Missouri. All righty then. What's next? What's next to see? What's next to peruse? What's next to view? All right, there's more. Wow, all kinds of neat stuff. Augusta Pierre Air Art Festival. That's right. Go out to Augusta, Missouri, and check out the artists out there. Their artwork is performed by uh, area artists who decided to go out and paint a little painting. And if you'd like to buy them down at the Augusta um, Town Hall, they have those. That artwork is available for purchase. So get on out there to Augusta, Missouri, and take a look see at their wonderful, beautiful art of the surrounding area. And then for April the 21st, it's going to be anime in St. Louis. That's right, here in St. Charles at the Convention Center. Anime, you know what anime is, right? Okay, as long as you do. All right, History and Harmony down on Main Street, April the 23rd. That means as you peruse the beautiful wonderment of the history of St. Charles by strolling up and down the beautiful first first state capital area, you get to go for a walk through history and have individual little concerts put on each and every uh, um let's see, the 23rd is going to be Sundays, on Sundays. So you got that in April 23rd, April 30th. So, yep, every Sunday, History in Harmony. Take a walk down Main Street here in St. Charles to have a little bit of fun. Uh, the main singer, the main person, it starts in the 230 block of 230 South Main Street, St. Charles, Missouri. So come on down, discover the sounds of Main Street as a rotating lineup of guest musicians provide the perfect soundtrack for a stroll through the historic district. Nestled throughout the area's quaint scenery, the little miniature concerts will set the mood as you enjoy St. Charles' world-class shopping and dining while exploring the stories of this fascinating river city that's been making history for over 250 years. Yep, I'm telling you, folks, all the more fun down on Main Street with that music in the backdrop. All right, we got Bippy. Whoever Bippy is, the Wonderful World Tour is going to be at the Family Arena on April the 28th. And then for our final days of our beginning days of May, first Friday's Art Foundry at the reoccurring every first Friday on the first Fridays Art Foundry Art Spectacular. Come on down to the Art Foundry and catch the wonderful artists available here in St. Charles. Then we got Main Street in Bloom. Yep, that's right, Main Street in Bloom. It's going to be beautiful weather occurring from May 6th through May 7th. Come on down and take a look-see at the beautiful flowering things going on Main Street, St. Charles, Missouri. Time 10 a.m. Saturday through 10 p.m. Sunday, reoccurring daily. Celebrate spring on Main Street in historical St. Charles. Join us Saturday, May the 6th and Sunday, May the 7th when the streets come alive. Flowering ribbons and floral wreaths will adorn the lampposts, while merchants will be decorating with flowers, and beautiful displays will create the perfect backdrop for a photo to remember. That's right, there will be a parade at 1:30 p.m. each day with the Lewis and Clark Fife and Drum Corps. The Maypole dance will be out there at 2 p.m. and plus the photo opportunities, floral displays, and much more. Shopping for Mother's Day gifts while strolling amongst the beautiful flowers and historic buildings. Many stores will be staying open late to give you plenty of time to enjoy the restaurants and shops for mom. That's right, the small business owners of Main Street are looking forward to hosting this annual event. The parade begins at 1:30 p.m. each day and with stops along the way. Saturday Bloomslip to Adams Street. They start at Bloomslick and run through Adams Street and stop at the gazebo and the Great Gold Square at 2 p.m. for the Maypole dance. Sunday, Adams Street to Boonslick with a stop at the OPO and Brethold Square at 2 p.m. for the Maypole dance. So come on out and enjoy the Main Street in Bloom. And then for our last event, which will be held in May. Well, it's not the last event, but it's the first of many. The food trucks. That's right. Blanchette Park's going to be hosting the food truck event. Come on up and get tasty treats from all around the world, right here in St. Charles, Missouri, at Boonslick. No, I'm sorry, at um, Blanchette Park, which is located at 1900 West Randolph Street, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. Don't take the back route if you're in a wheelchair. You might end up on your side. Been there, done that. Join us at Blanchette Park for the food truck event. Enjoy live entertainment as you indulge in a variety of delicious foods options that will be available by several different food truck vendors. Bring your family and friends out for a relaxing evening at the park. Keep in mind uh, that some trucks at this event may have cash only. So just remember, bring a big fat wallet full of cash and a gun to protect that fat wallet. Okay? All right. There you go. That there is your. I didn't see. That's probably where I'll get kicked off saying something like that. You know, because we're a gun-free nation, don't you know? Shouldn't be opposed to carrying a gun, but I'm not. Although I can't, and had I had one, uh, I'd probably end up shooting myself in the foot if I could hold it long enough to pull the trigger after I had somebody else assemble it for me. There you go. Alrighty then. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to be back on the air. I got songs to sing. I haven't been able to sing in such a long time. Was talking to my neighbor down the street, the garden man, and put me in a mood because he said, he was coming up on the age when he didn't feel like he was going to be able to put out the full garden this year, which is fine. I don't mind. I love his vegetables and all that stuff, and I know that he loves his garden. And well, that put me in the mood for a garden song. Uh, Song lyrics, He Walks With Me. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me and He talks with me and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. His peace and the sound of His voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that He gave me to within my heart is ringing, and He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am. All right, let's see. There's some other songs I've been wanting to do for such a long time. How about it? Let's go up on the old dock. All right. How about the dock of the bay? Song there's the dock of the bay. And there we go. Are you ready for it? Let's give it out there. It's been a while. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and then watching them roll out again. Yeah, I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Oh, I'm just a sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I'd heard nothing. I had nothing to live for. It looks like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tides roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, like nothing's gonna change. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can do what the 10 people tell me to do. So I guess I'll remain the same. Yes, I sit on the dock of the bay, raising cane. Go to sleep. Hey, don't you know it? If I had the hands and the fingers for it, I'd play piano, just like song lyrics, The Piano Man. Song lyrics, The Piano Man. Song lyrics, The Piano Man. Go to sleep. It's about time we got there. All right, you ready for it? Here we go. Well, it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. A regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La la diddy da, la la diddy da diddy da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. While we're all here in the mood for a memory, and you got us feeling alright. Well, now, John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke or to light up your smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, Bill, I believe this place is killing me. I sees a smile run away from his face. Well, I'm not sure that I could be a movie star if I could just get out of this place. Oh, la, la, diddy da, la, la, diddy da, diddy da. Now, Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's sitting there talking to Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. And the waitress, she's practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned. And yes, they're all sharing a drink called loneliness, but at least they're not drinking alone. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And the piano sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. Then they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar, and they say, man, or what are you doing here? Oh, la, 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 dee, da, la, la, dee, dum, dee, dee, dee. I'll sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. Oh, la, la, diddy, da, la, la, diddy. How about another one from the same color? We like him, we love him. We'd like to hear some more of him. I think it's Billy Joel. It may not be, but we're going to give it a shot. Song lyrics, Mr. Bojangles. Nope, it's the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. There you go. Shows me. I knew a man with jangles, and he'd dance for you in worn out shoes, silver hair and a ragged shirt and baggy pants, the old soft shoe. He jumped so high, he jumped so high, and then he'd lightly touch down. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles dance. I met him in a cell in New Orleans. I was down and out. He looked to me to be in the eyes of age. As he spoke, it rang it right out. He talked of life, oh, he talked of life. He lightly slapped his leg instead. He said the name is Bojangles, and he danced a lick across the cell. And he grabbed the pants of the better stance, and he jumped so high, and he clicked his heels. Oh, he let out a good old laugh. He let out a good old laugh. Shot back his clothes and all. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, dance. We danced for those at the minstrel shows and the country fairs throughout the South, and he spoke in tears of 15 years, how his dog and him, they traveled about. His dog up and died, he up and died. After 20 years, he still grieves. Then I danced now at every chance and honky tonks, and in the drinks and chips. But most of the time I spend behind these county bars, 'cause I drinks me a bitch too much. He looked and he shook his head. As he shook his head, I heard someone ask, please. Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles, dance. All right, let's see. Anything else here? Got the Battle of New Orleans. You mean to tell me that the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band done the Battle of New Orleans? Well, I'll tell you who originated it, and it was the guy who wrote it, and his name was Jimmy Driftwood. That's right. Jimmy Driftwood wrote and performed the Battle of New Orleans. In the first place, he performed it was in his classroom as a history teacher. Yep, that's right. He was a history teacher in a college, and he couldn't get the people to. He couldn't get the kids to understand the War of 1814. And so what he done was he wrote a little song, and that little song goes like this: Well, in 1814, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took along the Jamaican, and we took along Sabine, and we caught the bloody British in it down in New Orleans. Well, we fired our guns, and the British kept it coming. We fired once more, and they began to run on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Go. Now we looked down the river and we seen the British come. We must have been 100 of them beating on a drum. They stepped so high that they made the bugles ring, and we stood behind our cotton bales and didn't say a thing. Fired our guns and the British kept it coming. Wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, they ran through the brambles and they ran through the briars, ran through the places where the rabbits couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them. On down the Gulf of history to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, old Hickory said we could take 'em by surprise if we didn't fire our muskets till we looked 'em in the eye. So we held our fire till we see their faces well, and then we opened up them squirrel guns and we really gave 'em what? Hell, we fired our guns and the British kept to come. Fired once more and they began to run. Wasn't as many as it was ago. On down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Go, go. Fired our cannons till the barrels melted down. Then we grabbed an alligator and we fought another round. Filled his head with cannonballs and we powered his behind. But when we took the powder off, Gator lost his mind. Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles. They ran through the places where the rabbits couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch 'em. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Go, go. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Go, go. All right, we got one more coming up. One more song for you, and it's song lyrics. Turn the page. There we go. Hey, I want some lyrics. It's a Bob Seger tune. Well, guess I'll go to A to Z. That's my favorite place. Find stuff anyway. On the long and lonesome highway, east of Omaha, you can listen to the engines mourning out its one-note song. You can count about, you can think about the women or the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing there to do, and you don't feel much like a riding, you just wish the trip was through. Here I am on the road again, there I am up on stage, here I go playing star again, there I go. Turn the page. Well, you walk into a restaurant all strung out from the road, and you feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold. You pretend it doesn't bother you, but you just want to explode. Most of the time you can't hear them talk, and other times you can. It's all the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? You always seem to be outnumbered, so you don't dare make a stand. And here I am on the road again, there I am up on stage, here I go playing star again, there I go. Whoa. Turn the page. Out there in the spotlight, you're a million miles away. Every ounce of energy you try to give away, the sweat pours out of your body like the music that you play. And later in the evening, as you lie awake in bed, with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head, you smoke the day's last cigarette and remembering what you said. Here I am on the road again, there I am up on the stage, here I go playing star again, there I go. Turn the page, here I am on the road again, there I am up on stage, yeah, here I go playing star again, there I go. Turn the page, there I go. Turn the page. See, there's always a critic. There's always a critic, and now my critic is 2 years old. My critic is 2 years old. She's in the background. She's wanting to sing instead. She wants to sing ABC songs. BC80, FIG, HLMOPQRST, SUBWXYZ. Oh, yeah. She's helping me sing. Okay, hey, that's 45 minutes into the program. Hey, Craig, you still watch these days? I haven't talked to you on Zoom in a long time. Maybe we'll get together later on today. Not Zoom, but Facebook talking. Maybe we'll get together. I'll take a look, see, you know? All right. Probably still at work. Yep, out there in the working class. But I tried to get in here as close to 5 as I could, so there you go. What you got there, kiddo? You found it right off the back of the couch. What is it? Don't eat it. What was that you was trying to eat? I'll have to find something else to eat. All right. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The little one stopped to tie it on, and the ants go marching one by one to get do the round, to get out of the sun. All right, hey kids, hey look, it looks like story time with TV Grandpa. That's right, it's time for a short story for the children. So hey kids, jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is you rest your sleepy little head, because well, TV Grandpa is about to lull you off to sleep with another little story for the night. All right, hey, you know what? The kids actually came out to see me Monday. That was when we celebrated our Easter, or was it Tuesday? I'm not gonna say for sure, but whatever day it was fun. I had Willow and Oliver and Leroy all out in the backyard just playing out there, playing a little frisbee. That's what they was doing. And Leroy has a tendency to learn how because his dad is a disc player, disc golf, and then the mama, little Ashley, she was out there with Willow and Oliver. Willow, she likes to throw the frisbee straight up so it can come back down and hit her on the head. But she had two of them, the heavy one and the soft one. She threw them both at one time. She's skilled, don't you know? All right, let's see. What are we going to do? What are we going to read? What are we going to read about? Read about today. What are we going to read about? Read about today. I would read Hans Christian Andersen's stories, but he's got so many. Checking them all out. Trying to find the ones that are best to dream and shout. Let's see. How about that? Well, let's see. We'll try the flying trump. How's that sound? Wow. It's fairly long, but we've got time. Let's do it. Let's do it upright. There was once a merchant who was so rich that he could have paved the whole streets with gold, and he would have even though have had enough for a small alley, but he did not do so. He knew the value of money better than those of us in this way. And so clever he that every shilling he put out brought him a crown. And so he continued till he died. His son inherited his wealth, and he lived a merry life with it. He went to the masquerades every night, made kites out of 5-pound notes, and threw pieces of gold into the sea instead of stones, making ducks and drakes of them. What? In this manner, he soon lost his money. At the last, he had nothing left but a pair of slippers and an old dressing gown and 4 shillings. And now all his friends deserted him. They could not walk with him in the streets, but one of them, who was very good natured, sent him an old trunk with the message, "Pack up." "Yes," he said, "it is very well to say pack up." But he had nothing left to pack up, and therefore he seated himself in the trunk. It was a very wonderful trunk. No sooner did did anyone press on the lock than the trunk could fly. He shut the lid and pressed the lock, and then away flew the trunk up the chimney with the merchant's son in it, right up into the clouds. And whenever the bottom of the trunk cracked, he was in a great fright, for if the trunk fell to pieces, he would have made a tremendous smirch over the trees. However, he got safely in his trunk into the land of Turkey. He hid the trunk in the woods under some dry leaves, and then went into the town. He could sew this very well, for the Turks always so the Turks always go about dressed in design dressing gowns and slippers. And as he was himself, he happened to meet a nurse with a little child. "I say, you Turkish nurses," cried he, "what castle is the near to the town, with the windows placed so high?" "The king's daughter lives there," she replied. "It has been prophesied that she will be very unhappy about a lover, and therefore no one is to allowed to visit her unless the king and queen are present." "Thank you," said the merchant's son, and so he went back to the woods, seated himself in his trunk, flew up to the rooftop of the castle, and crept through the window into the princess's room. She lay on the sofa asleep, and she was so beautiful that the merchant's son could not help kissing her. Then she awoke and was very much frightened, but he told her he was a Turkish angel who had come down through the air to see her, which pleased her very much. Well, he sat down by her side and talked to her, and he said her eyes were like beautiful dark lakes, in which the thoughts swam about like little mermaids. And he told her that her forehead was a snowy mountain, which contained splendid hills, uh, halls full of pictures. And then he related to her about the stork who brings the beautiful children from the rivers. These were delightful stories, and when he asked the princess if she would marry him, she consented immediately. "But you must come on Saturdays," she said, "for then the king and the queen will take tea with me, and they will be very proud when they find that I am going to marry a Turkish angel. But you must think of some very pretty stories to tell them, for my parents like to hear stories better than anything. My mother prefers one that is in deep and moral, but my father, he likes something funny to make him laugh. Very well, he replied. I shall bring you no other marriage portion than a story. And so they parted. But the princess gave him a sword which was studded with gold coins, and this he could use. Then he flew away to the town, and he bought a new dressing gown, and afterwards turned to the wood, and where returned to the woods, where he composed a story, so as to be ready for Saturday, which was not easy a matter. It was ready, however, by Saturday, and when he went to see the princess, the king, and the queen, and the whole court were at tea with the princess, and he was received with great politeness. Will you tell us a story? Said the queen. One that is instructive and full of deep learning? Yes, but with something in it to laugh at, said the king. Certainly, he replied, and commenced at once, asking them to listen attentively. There was once a bundle of matches that were exceedingly proud of their high descent, their genealogical tree, that is, a large pine tree from which they had been cut, was it, and it was at one time a large old tree in the woods. The matches now lie between a tinder box and an old iron saucepan, and were talking about their youthful days. Ah, then we grew on the green browse, and were all as green as they. Every morning, and every evening, we were fed with diamond drops of dew. Whenever the sun shone, we felt his warm rays, and the little birds would relate stories to us as they sung. We knew that we were rich, for the other trees only wore their green, dressed in summer. But our family, we were able to array themselves in green, summer and winter. But the woodcutter, he came like a great revolution, and our family fell under the axe. The head of the household obtained a situation as mainmast in a very fine ship, and can sail around the world when he will. And the other branches of the family were taken to different places, and our office knew now as the kindle a light for common people. This is how such high-born people as we came to be in a kitchen. Mine has been a very different fate, said the iron pot, which stood by the matches. From my first entrance into the world, I have been used to cooking and scouring. I am the first in this house, and when anything solid or useful is required, my only pleasure is to be made clean and shining after dinner, and to sit on my place and have a little sensible conversation with my neighbors. All of us, excepting the water bucket, which is sometimes taken into the courtyard, live here together within these four walls. We get our news from the market basket, but he sometimes tells us very unpleasant things about the people and the government. Yes, and one day the old pot was so alarmed that he fell down and was broken to pieces. He was a he was a liberal, I can tell you. Now, you are talking too much, said the tinderbox, and the steel struck against the flint till some sparks flew out, crying, "We want a merry evening, don't we?" "Yes, of course," said the matches. "Let us talk about those who are the highest born." "No, I don't like to be always talking of what we are," remarked the saucepan. "Let us think of some other amusement. I will begin. We will tell something that has happened to ourselves that will be very easy and interesting as well. On the Baltic Sea, near the Danish shore. And what a pretty commencement, said the plate. We shall all talk. We shall all like that story, I'm sure. Yes, well, in my youth, I lived in a quaint family where the furniture was polished, the floors scoured, and the clean curtains put up every fortnight. Now, what an interesting way you have of relating a story, said the carpet broom. It is easy to perceive that you have been a great deal in a woman's society. There is something so pure runs through what you say. That is quite true, said the water bucket, and he made a spring with joy and splashed some water on the floor. And then the saucepan went on with his story, and the end was as good as the beginning. While the plates rattled with pleasure, and the carpet broom brought some green parsley out of the dust hole and crowned the saucepan, for he knew it would vex the others, and he thought, if I crown him today, he will crown me tomorrow. Now, let us have a dance, said the fire tongs. And then how they danced and struck up one leg in the air. At the chair and the chair cushion in the corner burst with laughter when she saw it. Shall I be crowned now? Asked the fire tongs. So the broom found another wreath for the tongs. They were only common people after all, thought the matches, and the Teal was now asked to sing, but she said she had a cold and could not sing without boiling heat. They all thought this was affection, and because she did not wish to sing, excepting in the parlor where went on the table with the grand people. Now in the window sat an old quill pen with which the maid generally wrote, and there was nothing remarkable about the pen except that it had been dipped in too deeply in the ink, but it was proud of that. If the Teal won't sing, said the pen, she can leave it alone. There is a nightingale in a cage who can sing. She has not been taught much, certainly, but we need not say anything this evening about that. I think it highly improper, said the tea kettle, who was the kitchen singer and half brother to the tea that a rich foreigner bird should be listened to her. It is it patriotic? Let the market basket decide what is right. I certainly am vexed, said the basket, inwardly vexed, more than one can imagine. Are we spending the evening properly? Would it not be more sensible to put the house in order? If each in his own place, I would lead the game. This would be quite another thing. Let us act and play, said they all. Said they all. And at the same moment the door opened, and the maid came in. Not one stirred. They all remained quite still, and yet at the same time there was not a single thought amongst them who had not not a high opinion of himself and of what he could do if he chose. Yes, if we had chosen, they each thought, we might have spent a very pleasant evening. The maid took the matches and lit them. Dear me, how they sputtered and blazed up. Now then, they thought, everyone will see that we are the first. How we shine! What a light we give! Even while they spoke, their light went out. What a capital story, said the Queen. I feel as if I were really in the kitchen and could see the matches. Yes, you shall marry our daughter. Certainly, the King said, though thou shalt have our daughter. The King sighed, said, though to him. The King said thou to him because he was going to be one of the family. While the wedding day was fixed, and on that evening, before the whole city was illuminated, cakes and sweetmeats were thrown among the people. The street boys stood on tippy toes and shouted, "Hurrah!" and whistled between their fingers. Another, it was a very special affair. I will give them another treat, said the merchant's son. And so he went and he brought back rockets and crackers and all sorts of fireworks that could be bought. And so he packed them in his trunk and he flew up with it into the air. With a whistling and popping they made as they went off. The Turks, when they saw such a sight in the air, jumped so high that their slippers flew about their ears. It was easy to believe after that the prince was really going to marry a Turkish angel. And as soon as the merchant's son had come down in his flying trunk to the woods after the fireworks, he thought, I will go back into the town now and hear what they think of the entertainment. It was very natural that he should wish to know, and what strange things people did say. To be sure, everyone whom he questioned had a different tale to tell, though they all thought it was very beautiful. I saw the Turkish angel myself, said one. He had eyes like glittering stars and a head like a foaming water. I flew in a minute of fire. He flew in a minute of fire, cried another, and lovely little cherubs peeped out from the folds. He heard many more fine things about himself, and that next day he was to be married, and after this he went back to the forest to rest himself in his trunk. It had disappeared. A spark from the fireworks which remained had set it on fire. It was burnt to ashes, and so the merchant's son could no longer fly any more, nor go to meet his bride. And she stood all day on the roof waiting for him, and most likely she was waiting there still, while he wandered throughout the woods telling fairy tales, but none of them so amusing as the one he related about the matches. There you have it. There's your story time, kids. Story time with TV Grandpa. Alrighty, hey, now we're going to jump over here to the Bible with Briscoe 2022. Actually, it's the daily bread portion of the program. And it's brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2022, which is going to be the reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2022 will be 1 Samuel 19 through 21 and Luke 11, 29 through 54. So don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2022 for your daily reading of the Bible. God speaking to us is today's scripture in the Bible with Briscoe, in the Daily Bread program portion of the program. And we're going to be reading 1 Samuel 3 through 10. And so, without further ado, 1 Samuel 3 through 10. The lamp of God has not yet gone out, and Samuel was lying down in the house of the Lord, where the ark of God was. Then the Lord called Samuel. Samuel answered, "Here I am." And he ran to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me?" But Eli said, "I did not call. Go back and lie down." And so he went back and lay down. The angel of the Lord called Samuel again. And Samuel got up and he went to Eli and he said, "Here I am. You called me?" "My son," Eli said, "I did not call. Go back and lie down." Now Samuel did not yet know that the word of the Lord had not yet been revealed to him. Then a third time the Lord called Samuel. And Samuel got up and went to Eli, and he said, "Here I am. You called me." Then Eli realized that the Lord was calling the boy. And so Eli told Samuel, "Go and lie down again. And if he calls you, speak these words, 'Lord, for your servant is listening.'" And so Samuel went and he lied down in his place. Then the Lord came and stood there, calling as the other times, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant is listening." So there you have it. You hear that still small voice in your heart, and you know it's God speaking to us. There you go. Still small voice in your heart. It's God speaking to us. There you go. That's the Daily Bread portion of the program brought to you today by Bible with Briscoe 2023. Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. I got one more song for you, and it goes, "Although goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends, it's a time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, my friends, goodbye." This has been Shannon Slama Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show, and as always, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see us tomorrow because, well, God willing, we'll be here. And we hope that you are too. Be blessed. Have a good night. God bless you. So do I. Amen. Amen.